I'd like to buy the world a home and furnish it with love. Grow apple trees and honey bees and snow white turtle doves. I'd like to teach the world to sing. Sing with me. Perfect harmony. Perfect harmony. I'd like to buy the world a book and keep it company.
Television, a piece of technology that's been integral to our lives for almost 90 years. No matter how old or young you are, you've always had a distinct memory of sitting around the TV watching that special show or movie with your family and your friends. Even as viewing habits have transformed over the past 40 years, we've all had that special memory surrounding the television. Most of us are familiar with the cable TV and satellite TV services that we receive nowadays, but with its general decline in popularity over the past decade. As online streaming has become more ubiquitous and accessible, we've moved away from these assimilative types of entertainment. Before we changed from TVs to phones, though, we've had to change from watching stuff on an antenna to a little box that could only receive digital video. Most of the history surrounding television has went hand in hand with antennas. It was really the only way to receive any type of signal, just like the radio in your car. That also meant that you were limited to by what was in your area. Around the turn of the millennium, most people were used to consuming television this way, but some places across the US and the world started introducing digital television, receiving that wasn't just limited to what was in your area. Most consumers had an easier time with digital TV because of the conveniences that came along with it. DVRs, digital video recorders, to save your programs on a hard drive instead of a VHS tape, allowing your shows to be recorded even if you couldn't watch it on a particular day or at a certain time. Renting from local video stores, rest in peace Blockbuster, to play movies and shows on your VCR or DVD player. As time went on, analog TV didn't serve much of a purpose, except for letting people who didn't have the money to upgrade to the new equipment, or those who didn't care enough to switch from analog to digital, between a rock and a hard place in terms of the programs that they can get. That would all change in late 2007. It was announced soon by the FCC that some stations would begin to broadcast in digital signals only. Many stations continued to broadcast an analog signal for a while because there was no one to inform them of terminating analog signals. In 2008, these stations were informed that the switchover from analog to digital was mandated to keep moving forward with broadcasting. For over 50 to 60 years, this was the norm, and now with all these new technological advances in broadcasting consumption of entertainment, that it seemed like a step in the right direction. In order to get as many people to switch over as possible, many people were given vouchers for digital converter boxes. This was so people who still owned these antenna-top televisions to receive a signal after the switchover date, which was announced to be June 12, 2009.
KSTW TV now concludes our analog transmission. Please stand by. KSTW TV now concludes our analog transmission. Please stand by.
Years will be no more. We're going to count down to 4, 3. Bill Beam is going to push the button over here. 2, 1. Bill, push the button. Digital 7 should be coming on. Now, if you have digital television already, nothing's changed.
Historical note, stupidest show on earth. Except here comes the Yellow Black. Or at least it should.
Many stations prepared for this by running a repeated instructional video that helped people convert to digital boxes, referred to as Nightline. Soon enough, analog television became a relic of the past, just like the iPod, Britney Spears, or Justin Timberlake's career. While this was going on in the States, some places around the globe were starting to catch on. Before we converted over, Finland was ready to start going digital. By 2010, many European and Asian countries followed suit to also move away from analog television.
07-0テレビ視聴者センターまで。
Súbita no atleta de alta competição. Fazemos mais um breve intervalo. Até já.
Fernando Pavão, António Puerta, Miklos Ferrer, todos jogadores profissionais de futebol, todos vítimas de morte súbita. Cada vez mais as doenças do foro cardíaco abalam o mundo do desporto e a questão que se coloca é até quando? É uma realidade para debater já a seguir nesta praça.
This is BBC One Northern Ireland, where programmes will continue in a few moments, unless you're watching on analogue television. The move to digital television will allow technology to advance still further, providing even more services. And so, from tomorrow morning, BBC One Northern Ireland will be available in high definition on Freeview, satellite and cable. Now, though, we enter a new era of broadcasting, as this becomes a fully digital UK. From the analogue BBC television service, good night and goodbye.
This is BBC Two Northern Ireland, where programmes will continue in just a minute, unless you're watching on analogue television, that is. However, if you're watching on Freeview, you may need to retune your equipment tomorrow, and again when digital switchover completes on the 24th of this month. After 48 and a half years, this is where BBC Two says goodbye to analogue television.
That was it.
Поръсваме с сол и черен пипер на вкус. Варим под капак.
Digital television and will no longer broadcast for old TVs. Please ensure you have a digital TV or digital set-top box, or go to www.digitalready.gov.au. Thank you. Goodbye.
Koma saman á sendistöð Ríkisútvarpsins á Vassendahæð núna klukkan 12.
Cadê o ratinho? Não acredito!
O Ministério da Ciência, Tecnologia, Inovações e Comunicações e a Anatel informam que a transmissão analógica deste canal foi interrompida.
Even to this day, some places around the world are still preparing to leave analog behind. Change isn't always easy, but as long as we can embrace what's ahead of us, we'll be just fine. With that, I'd like to thank you for watching the first official episode of Mediaholic. As this year goes on, I'll cover all sorts of topics from the 70s to now. Be sure to comment what you'd enjoy seeing on these episodes. Until next time, this is Justin Shea of WMHC-TV, Channel 10, signing off.
It's a real thing.